All right, last phase is phases 5 and phase 6 of my box jumping and landing progression. So now we are back to the medium-sized box, and now we're going to repeat what we did in phase 3 and phase 4. All the same cues apply, just with a higher box. So I'm always, in every rep, regardless of what phase it's in, on the jump, I'm going to focus on making that the biggest, most powerful jump that I can make. So that's where everything resets. So in this case here, I'm going to come up, set. Once I make sure I'm set, without looking at the floor, I'm going to go back and try to land as quietly as I can. Then I reset. Take off like a cannon. Notice I'm not like this, so I really have to push into the ground to get clearance. And then without looking at the ground, I have to absorb and be as quiet as I possibly can. That's 5, phase 5. Phase 6, we're just going to ramp that up a little bit. Now what I'm looking to do is I'm actually going to focus on what happens at the top of the box. So what I mean by that is this. I'm going to hit here, get that, right? We did that the last phase. Now what we're going to do is focusing on how quick I can get off the ground. So it's up. Ooh, that was a tough one. So they might not be ready for that. So the quicker transition comes off the ground, not on the box. So I'm up. Here, back up. That's the transition I want. I want here, back up. So instead of focusing on being on the ground to reset, you're actually going to reset on the box because the goal is to get off the ground as fast as possible. So you're having to absorb and drive, which is like what happens when you have to drop step, when you have to cut. It makes it more plyometric. More plyometric is the less ground contact time that you have. A couple cues on this. Obviously, you're looking for knee alignment, knee over the second toe, good squat athletic stance. Once you've mastered that, you might be 1 week in every phase, you may be 1 session every phase, you may be 3 weeks in every phase. It depends on what passes the eyeball test to you. Last thing is once you've mastered that with 2 legs, then you can start from phase 1 using a single leg. Or you can jump them up to phase 3 or 4 in a single leg based on what competency looks like.